Hi, it's JohnLikes2Travel, and I'm going to review a couple of free places that I have used to get a jump start on health in the springtime. Normally, what I'll do is I'll go to a place in the spring and I will try to get a jump start of losing some weight, getting healthier, building up muscle. And so we're going to talk about three of those today. The three that I've been to, first one is Tennessee Fitness, which is in the far corner. It's Waynesboro, Tennessee, on the very far end of Tennessee. The second one is Movara, which is near St. George, Utah. And the third one is SkyTerra, which is located in the Pisgah Forest near Asheville, North Carolina. Accommodations. Tennessee Fitness is like your old summer camp that you went to as a kid. They have some cabins that you can rent. They also have some motel style rooms, have different sized buildings that's been added over the years. So it's more like your summer camp that you went to as a kid. Movara Complex is more like a college campus. They have dormitory style buildings like a Holiday Inn type style, have a large gymnasium. They have a large auditorium, gyms, associated aquatic pools. So it's more like a college campus. SkyTerra is a golf course country club that was converted. They have duplex bungalows, luxury duplex bungalows. They have some additional cabins, and they also have some tiny home trailers that they're using to supplement people. Tennessee Fitness can handle about 35, 40 people. SkyTerra can handle about 35 people, and Movara is about twice the size of either one of those. They can handle about 70 to 75 people, so they are much larger in size. Dogs are allowed at all these resorts if you arrange it ahead of time to get the right kind of accommodation, so you can take your animals with you. Food. Now, this is where the places vary very greatly, so pay attention to this so you know what you're getting when you're going. The food at Tennessee Fitness is on a 1,200 calorie based diet. That's basically the amount that they're putting you on, most people. And it is unfortunately very bland in my opinion. Like boiled chicken, boiled green beans, their ability to do flavorings and seasonings and stuff, they give you this stuff that you can set on the outside. But I'm not the one, I'm a person, I need it cooked for me and I need it prepared for me. So they're lacking in this area as far as food. That's one of their negatives. Movara's food is absolutely excellent. Again, they are limiting you to 1,200 calories a day for the time that you're there. They're also detoxing you off of caffeine, whatever kind of external supplements you've been using. They don't encourage you to smoke. They don't encourage you to do the caffeine, but people do bring caffeine and put it in their room. Alcohol, things like that. So they're wanting you to detox off of any kind of stimulant that you're on. That's part of what they're trying to accomplish, to get you off of, any kind of processed foods, things like that. They want to try to get you back as naturally eating as possible. SkyTerra, on the other hand, has two different programs, and I was on their basically Be Healthier program. So what you went into, I came in, my base calorie intake was 1,750 calories per day to maintain my weight. And so you stay on that amount of calories for the whole week. So your meals are pretty bulk during the week there. You're exercising, but you're still at 1,750 calories. I believe that their calorie intake is much more than that because there was no limit of food that I could have eaten. I could not finish the meals. There's more food there than I normally eat. So this is one of the things. If you want to go to SkyTerra and do a weight loss program, they have what's called a Lose Smart, and that's a 1 month program. So you have to enter, if you want to be specifically losing weight at SkyTerra, you have to enter that program. So just so that you're aware of how this works. Let me go and tell you here a little bit more here. The outdoor part of these places. I'm doing my cheat sheet notes here. Outdoors. Tennessee Fitness is very lacking in this. I'm a hiker. I like going hiking. Their hiking is limited to a dirt road and a hard surface road. You're doing mileage in the mornings and you're coming back. So you're going to go do your 5 or 6 miles walking down the road and turn around and come back. So it's pretty much, not very beautiful. As far as their hiking, they're in a pretty spot. They have some nice places around there, but the hiking is not very good directly from what they're using at the resort. Movara, probably one of the best places to go hiking in the United States. It's sitting right against Snow Canyon, Utah. The views, the hiking is incredible. They have about 6 or 7 vans that leave out of there with everybody on it at 7 o'clock in the morning. Depends on how they shift for time of heat and daylight. But usually everybody leaves and goes to hike and comes back and eat breakfast, or they different times of the year they'll do breakfast first and then go and hike depending on the heat situation. But it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. The only problem that they're lacking with this is it gets repetitive. If you've been there like me 3 times, 4 times out there, you're doing the same hikes over and over. And I enjoy doing those hikes for the exercise. You get great views and stuff like that. But they could be much more varied on their hiking if they would develop some new courses, new trails through those canyons. It would be much better. I'm encouraging them to actually do that. They do have a hike week a couple times a year where they concentrate more on hiking. But I think they could actually do much better with pulling people in if they would get a more diverse set of routes. I think they got about 12 routes or something for advanced hikers. SkyTerra is setting right against DuPont State Park. It is drop dead gorgeous there in the Pisgah National Forest. They have an unlimited amount of routes that they can take you hiking. The unfortunate thing is that it's only partial part of their whole thing that they do. They have one van. They only got 30 people, but they got one van, so there's no way to separate advanced hikers from beginner hikers. Like somebody want to go and do a 7-8 mile hike on a 2,000-foot climb, and that's going to take you pretty much half a day or something. They don't have any way to separate that. So Movara does, because they have 6 or 7 vans. So you're in an advanced van, a walk-in van, so forth and so on. But SkyTerra is a smaller operation, and they do not have a way to separate that. Maybe perhaps they could figure out some way or another to do hikes in the afternoons, especially in the summertime when it doesn't get dark to 9 or 10 o'clock. Do some evening hikes, because it is a very, very beautiful place to do hiking. Pools. Tennessee Fitness has probably the best pool. It has an indoor aquatic pool. They do very good classes on joints. So if you're a person that has issues with joints, have problems, doing hikes, things like that, that might be a place for you to go, because they have a very good aquatic program within Tennessee Fitness. Movara has an outdoor pool. It's not heated, but and it can get cold in the wintertime out that way. But in general, that pool is open for you to swim laps anytime. They have a few basic classes in the afternoon where they do some physical fitness in the pool, but they're not much. They don't do as much as Tennessee Fitness. SkyTerra, on the other hand, can't say much about that one. At this point, their pool is under construction. It should be done at the end of this year. Special items. Tennessee Fitness has very good spin classes. Movara has things like kickboxing classes. They play dodgeball when they team up with different people. SkyTerra has pickleball courts. Movara, it pretty much has a better hiking and walking program, and they encourage everybody to start out during the daytime. SkyTerra will offer a whole bunch of exclusive stuff going on. Anything's going on campus, like archery, dance, and painting, that's all included. You can do other things outside, like horseback riding. They're right near an extremely very, very good zip lining course there in Pisgah Forest. So each one of them has their own thing. You can do kayaking I think you can in Movara. I've done it in Movara. You have to pay extra. You can go to horseback riding at SkyTerra. You have to pay extra for that, but it's great. So now let's talk about results. Okay, I made sure that on every one of these places that I went, that I followed their exact plan to the T. So I ate what they gave me. I exercised every class. I didn't miss any of the programs. So these are my results. I lost, and I'm a guy, so I lost somewhere between 4 to 5% of my total body weight at both Tennessee Fitness and Movara the first week that I am. Now, granted, some of that's probably getting intestinal, getting flushed out and everything, but I lost somewhere around 4 to 5%, and I've done this more than once at each one of those resorts. At SkyTerra, it's different because I wasn't on a weight loss program. I was on a better health, where they want you to get better at eating. They want you to gain muscle strength, and they want you to be healthier. If you wanted to be there for losing weight, you would have to go into their Lose Smart program, which is a month long. That's how they do it. And within that month long, I've talked to some of their trainers. If they don't see results, they will reduce the number of calories that a person's getting within that. And they have a doctor on staff to monitor that. So I just want to make sure I'm clear different ways of how they do at different resorts. Okay. Um, Also, I would say at the SkyTerra, you don't exercise as much in this program that I was in compared to Movara or Tennessee Fitness. Most of the classes that I was at started physical activity around 8:30 in the morning. You're going to be starting at 7 if you're at Tennessee Fitness or Movara in the morning, pretty much working. So you lose about an hour, hour and a half a day of the exercise portion of these classes if you're doing SkyTerra basic health facility. All right, so let's see what else I got on here. So we're going to go to cost. Cost of these vary, as you could probably consider. SkyTerra is the most expensive. It's around $4,000 a week. Movara is around $3,000 a week, and Tennessee Fitness is at $2,000 a week. You have to look at that and look where you're at in the country, because you're going to have to add transportation costs. Tennessee Fitness is not really near a major airport. The smaller airport, MSL, so you'd have to look. I didn't fly in, I drove, but there are some places and you're going to end up having to rent a car or get there or something. So it's a little bit hard to get to. It's out in I think it was like 5 or 6 hours from Charlotte to get out there. So the cost I can't associate for Tennessee. You just have to look at that. So Movara is near St. George Airport. You can fly directly into there. I think the fares, depending, for me from the East Coast, will run somewhere around $800 up to $1,000. If you can come from Vegas and do a shuttle down. If you do get to St. George, you're going to have to pay for about a $60 Uber ride, which is about 20 or 30 minutes into Movara. SkyTerra, on the other hand, is 2 hours outside of Charlotte, and it's about very close, 30 minutes from Asheville Airport. SkyTerra will arrange to come and pick you up at Asheville Airport, but the schedule can vary there, so you have to look at that. So recommendations. Anything I'm making a recommendation on is saying, you're going to have to change your lifestyle. If you want to stay healthier, you want to be stronger, if you want to lose weight, or you just want to get your mind straight at one of these places. There was a lot of people there at SkyTerra. They were there to get away from their kids, to just take a mental break from being in the world. So everybody has different reasons. My reason is to go to one of these is to jumpstart my health, is to eat better, so break my addiction to chocolate. I eat chocolate, I'm a chocoholic. So I'll eat a piece of chocolate every night, but the problem is it turns into 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces. So I want to get away from that habit that I've developed over the holidays with all the candies and stuff like that. Get off of that. Get off. It's not sugar, it's actually chocolate. And then get healthier, get jumpstart. What I've found is at these resorts, I can get a month's worth. It would take me a month or more to get in the same level of health as I would if I left these places, within a week, because you're exercising that much and you're exercising that hard. And then for me also is to get the pounds off that I've gained during the wintertime. So that's what I'm trying to do with this. So for my money and my time, I would definitely choose Movara over the other two. And it's not saying anything bad against the other two. It's just saying that that's how I prefer to do the exercise that's worked best for me. It gives me all three of them. If SkyTerra, I didn't have to do their Lose Smart program, but I do not see how you could go to this resort and lose weight. And I would also advise against anyone who has a problem controlling what they're eating. They're eating just to be eating. They'll clean plate. This is probably not the resort for you unless you do go into a specific program for that. And Tennessee Fitness, if you're wanting to go and do bodybuilding, they have a bodybuilder on site. If you want to do spin classes, and if you're just wanting to lose weight and you want to be very economical on this, of course you can spend 2 or 3 weeks here for what you're going to spend at SkyTerra. So if you're just wanting a boot camp, Tennessee Fitness will work great. I just couldn't do the food there. If you can bring some supplemental food with you, probably will work out great for you. Movara, again, great food. All three on mine, was able to lose the weight, get off the chocolate, and was a lot healthier. SkyTerra, I definitely gained muscle mass when I left from there, and I definitely got mostly off my chocolate addiction, although there was chocolate served at SkyTerra. It was good. I enjoyed the people. Staff's great at all these different places, so you can't really go wrong. It's your motivation of what you're wanting to do when you're at these resorts. And that is going to pretty much sum it up. I just tell her, remember, you just need to get outside, keep moving, try to eat the good stuff, and figure out what your motivation is, because you've got to figure out if you want to change. If you don't change anything, you're going to stay exactly where you are right now. It doesn't take much. Trust me. I was turned down. I was on a cruise this spring, and I signed up for a hike. I was turned down because I'm over 60 years old. I was not allowed to go on a hike on a cruise because I was 60 years old. So you have to have some motivation to get out and make a change in your life. But I'm telling you, you don't need to do what I'm doing. You don't have to do this at level. Just get out and start walking. If you'll get out and just start walking, you'll feel better, you'll be healthier, and it will allow you to do what you want. Because I'm going to tell you right now, your legs are your life. Your legs are your life. If you do not use your legs and get out and move them, that is going to be the end of your wonderful being able to go out and do things. So get outside, get walking, and keep it up. And oh yeah, P.S., if anybody suggests that you go to a Korean spa, defriend that person immediately. And then what you want to do is block their cell phone number. And that's another story for another day. Have a great one.